Hey YouTube, welcome back to Savage Traveling today. We're in my living room in front of the computer. We're going to check out Google Flights and we're going to check out cheap flights today because yeah, as most people know, it's mid-April if you didn't know, and mid-April 2020, and there's like some serious global health issues going on right now, and it's disrupted travel, man, just about everybody's life on the planet right now. I think most people, everybody I know, and but that doesn't mean that there's not cheap flights out there to be had right now. It's just we got to dig them up. And like, I'm going to be looking for June, July, and August because I had planned on traveling in June and going on a big long trip ASAP as soon as I got done dealing with some life situations here at home, saving money, you know, the thing you got to do or whatever. You know, it's coming up. You know, I'm about to my end of all that, and you know, starting to gear up towards let's travel, and then all this stuff unfolds, and you realize, like, you know, I'm probably ain't going anywhere for a little while. Because even if stuff did open back up in June and say let's travel, I don't think I'd be willing to buy the ticket right now. You know what I mean? That's just like, okay, yeah, you could tell me like, yeah, May. They can tell me all we want, May, mid-May, things will be open back up for travel or whatnot, and I'm still not going to buy a ticket right now. So we're just doing this for fun to see what's out there and to show if anybody doesn't know how to use Google Flights, you can learn how to use Google Flights because it's a really helpful tool when you're out looking for flights domestically or internationally, and just, you know, it's a really good tool to know how to use this day and age if you're a traveler or just even a, you know, once a year, you go on a trip once a year or whatnot. But that's about all I can say about that. You guys come join me down here in the computer and we'll check out what's going on in Google Flight Land. So see you down there.
Okay guys, here we are in my computer here at Google. We're going to type in Google Flights in the search bar real quick. Hit enter. Your first result should be Google Flights. Click on it. And then here we are at the main page of the best flight tool in the history of the world. For now. So we're going to scroll on past. Unless you have a specific date, time, and destination that you want to look at, you want to bypass this. I mean, if you do, use this tool. But if you're just like searching for wicked deals to anywhere in the world, you're going to want to scroll on down past the active travel advisory. And now if you're interested in these three on the left, you could choose one of those and, you know, investigate further. But as right now, we're just scrolling for the best deals around. We're going to click on that map there on the right that was there. And that's going to bring you to the Google Flights Explore map, which is, like I said, the best tool around for discovering cheap flights, domestic and international. So right now, we're going to focus right over here on round trip. We could do one way or round trip. How many people? Just me. And we're going to go economy, premium economy, business, or first class. So since I'm a poor boy, obviously economy. This time I'm not flying out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I'm actually going to type in ORD for Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to click that there. So that leaves my home airport as Chicago. So any of these numbers you see on the map here is what the cheapest flight that Google Flights has found to this destination from Chicago. So $133 to Salt Lake City round trip to Chicago now. We don't know who. I'm getting ahead of myself. So, okay, Chicago is my home airport. Where to, we're going to leave blank unless you have a specific place you're going. So since we're just browsing right now, we're going to leave that blank. So that leaves up the map. It gives us many choices on the map to see the prices and dates and yada yada. So we're going to move on down here to this box, which that is specific dates, flexible dates. So we're going with flexible dates, but then we can pick like if a specific month or if we want a weekend trip, a 1 week trip, or a 2 week trip. So we're going to leave it at 1 week trip, and we're going to leave it 1 week trip for in the next 6 months. So right off the bat, our top pick of the cheapest flight and probably one of the more popular flights out of Chicago is to Orlando. So we're going to go, as you see here, we got, boom, we're going to click on it. Orlando. And this is for May 17th to Saturday, May 23rd. So say you got to go down there, those specific dates, or That's just, it works for you and you need to go down there, whatever the case may be. You can, in theory, go for $35 round trip through Spirit Air. If you can see that, I have it highlighted right there. And that's nonstop. So, and then, you know, there's 2 other options, which is another from Spirit with 1 stop. And that's a long stop. You're stopped for like 5 or 6 hours there, whatever the case may be. And then you have another option, which is United, and it's a non-stop option for 2 hours and 38 minutes for $257. So we're going to investigate further here. Go into View Flights. And, okay, so you got the 3 we just looked at there. None of those offer bags. So, yeah, your best bet is probably to go with that Spirit and just buy your bags through them. It's going to be a little bit more money, but I don't think it'll be $257. So, but you can just see what, for that day, what all the options are. Say, yeah, you may not be a budget traveler. You just like to see the, you know, whole range of prices. So you notice that the best deal is $35, but you can go down here and get a round trip nonstop on American for $269 with your bags. And American, you might get a better flight than Spirit, but I really don't know. I can't say. I've rode American, or I've flown American several times, but I've never flown Spirit, so I'm not gonna say. I don't mind American though. I fly them between Fort Wayne and Chicago when I need to. So getting out of there, going back out to the map here, that just gives you, you know, shows you what's available for Orlando for that date. That's the, I guess, the cheapest date. So say you want to check out 2-week trips in the next 6 months, you just change it over, and then looks like you still get sweet deals to Orlando or New Orleans. Seattle to 58. Let's check that out. So 1 stop View Flights. We're just going to go straight through the View Flights. And but you know, here that gives us 4 options of, you know, the best deals. So you cruise on down here. You got $58 for your Spirit Air 1 stop. So looks like you have 3 non-stop options for $161 a piece on 3 different airlines. Me personally, I'd probably choose this Alaskan airline because you're already there. You already got to be there super early in the morning anyway. I would just choose Alaska Airlines because I've never flown with them before because it's the same deal. Investigate that a little more. Above average legroom. You got Wi-Fi, in-power seat, and USB outlets. Stream media to your device. So pretty high-tech airplanes, it sounds like Alaska Airline has. Airbus A320. So you get a lot of information with Google Flights. Now to purchase one of these flights, we're just going to continue to go through select flight. And oh, and here's return flights, so we get to choose those. So we'll just do that from Seattle to, yeah, okay. And with this $161 flight, this is the power saver, you know, the saver option. So, you know, that's no seat selection. You get standard seat, you last aboard, no ticket changes, 1 free carry-on, but you still get, yeah, a free carry-on. Yeah, and you just select that. Booking options, book on Google with Alaska. So book with Alaska. So either way, if you book through them or Google, it's the same price it's showing. $161 is low for economy. Prices are $350 cheaper than usual. The least expensive flights for similar trips to Seattle usually cost between $405 and $820. So that's what I'm saying. Right now, if you need flights, even if they're domestic here in the U.S., you might look on Google Flights to buy them because they're here. Because regardless of coronavirus, I know people are traveling domestically for business, and like it's not, you know, a lot of businesses are shut down, but a lot of them are not. So that's a super good deal. You know what I mean? Well, that's a, you know, $161, and it's not $58, but still $161 round trip from Chicago to Seattle with a carry-on bag nonstop. That's a great deal. So, and that's for June 8th to Monday, June 22nd, 2-week trip. Now I don't have to go to Seattle or anything like that, but I'm just trying to give you an example of what kind of deals you can fly, you know, find through Google Flights, and because of the crisis right now, you know, they're here. So that being said, we're gonna back out on the map real quick, and we're going to go check out Europe over here. So let's say I see, not, there's a good deal to Paris, 309. Oh, okay. It brought us up a good deal though. The first one's not the best deal because it has, oh, it's not even showing it right now because it wasn't a good deal. Okay, but here, non-stop to Paris, round trip, $303. I mean, that's a good freaking deal. Like, I don't care who you are. And United, I mean, a lot of people complain about them, and I think their track record isn't very good. But I've flown with them a bunch. I've flown with them to Thailand a couple times, and they treated me well. So like, okay, look at this. You want to book directly through United? It's $2 more, but you just select it, and it takes you. Should take us to United or to a portal at least. Yeah, to United's portal. $314.55. Book now with flexible. There are no change fees for flights booked by April 30th, 2020. So that's a hot tip, guys. Like, you could book this flight right now before April 30th, and now you're not going to get a refund if, you know, coronavirus messes up your trip, but you no change fees. You'll get to change it to something else of equal value, maybe. I don't know. Might not be a best thing to do, but that's interesting, guys. So yeah, I mean, this flight, you get no seat selection, no free check bag, and no refunds or upgrades. But for $314 on a round trip to Paris, France, that's a good deal. I mean, that is a good deal. So let's look around a little bit more here. See, 326 round trip to Barcelona. Yeah, with American. Okay, yeah. With the carry-on, I'm sure. It's an overnight flight, but it's non-stop, so you'll just get there. You'll leave at 10 p.m. O'Hare, and then you'll get there at 1:30 p.m. Barcelona time. Select flight. Return flight, non-stop. Looks good to me. Now, when I'm actually buying flights, I do a little more in-depth research, but for just do this, like for reference sake, for demonstration sake, you know, pay to check bags, pay to choose seats, not eligible for upgrades, boarding, and last group. But you know, and if you wanted to upgrade for $466, you get a little bit more options. So right on, guys. That's Google Flights. I just wanted to show you how that tool worked and what you could really find out there if you were, you know, if you didn't, you know, weren't worried about where or exactly the date, and you just were looking for the best deal. You're like, I have this much money. I have $155 and I want to fly somewhere exotic. And you were like, oh, Bogota, Colombia has a flight for $155. And, you know, you were interested in Colombia and you went down here to view flights. Now, I know for a fact from Chicago or anywhere up here, you're not getting a non-stop flight to Colombia. I do know that for a fact. So regardless, you're doing one stop. So there it is with Spirit Air. Now you're gonna have to pay for your bag, for your carry-on bag. Your check bag is, you're gonna have to pay for it too, but $155 plus whatever your check bag fees would be round trip. So I'm saying you're gonna have $100 roughly. I don't know what their fees are on a carry-on bag. So just to be, you know, conservative and to have enough money, I would budget for a $50 bag just to be safe, you know, and if you have extra money left over, whatever. So, I mean, that's how you do it, though, if you're trying to travel cheap, you know, or if you're looking for cheap flights because of the pandemic. So I guess that's my Google Flights spiel, guys. It's not the best, but that's my thoughts on it, you know what I mean? Great tool. Used it a bunch. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Zach with Savage Traveling, coming from his computer. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Peace.